Now this, the Kroger-Albertsons merger goes on trial today. The Federal Trade Commission wants to block it. They claim it would eliminate competition and raise food prices even more. Stephen Moore is with us this morning. Steve, I think this is the Democrats' anti-business stand on full display. If it's big, it's bad, except for government power. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Stuart. You look at the antitrust actions that have been taken by Lina Khan and the Biden administration. They've never seen a merger or acquisition that they like. I would refer people to today's Wall Street Journal editorial, which says, Stuart, that if they block this merger, are you ready for this? The grocery prices will rise, and it will make it more expensive on top of the 22% increase in grocery prices we've already seen. So this is activist government interfering with the free market system. And I think it's a disaster. And it's not just groceries. They want to block tech companies, telecommunications companies. They want to block airline mergers. They hate mergers. And a lot of efficiencies come. And remember, we're in a global economy right now. It's not just American companies. We're competing with companies all over the world.
It's back to the future. That's what it is. A former advisor to President Obama is calling out Kamala Harris's price control plan. This is Jason Furman. He told the Times, this is not sensible policy. The biggest hope is that it ends up being a lot of rhetoric and no reality. I'm sure you are going to agree with that one, Steve.
Yeah, I think, it's interesting because, let's face it, almost all the policies that Kamala Harris has announced in the last 10 days, and there haven't been a lot of them, but virtually every one of them is bad for business and bad for the stock market. I mean, going after having grocery store police. I mean, they're talking about, police going down the aisles of grocery stores and telling them when they can put higher stickers on the groceries. I mean, that's not America. That's the Soviet Union. But I want to make another point. People are not focusing, Stuart, on this tax plan that was announced by Kamala Harris and reported by the New York Times on Friday. It was overshadowed. But when you're talking about doubling the capital gains tax, increasing the corporate tax rate, taxing unrealized capital gains, taxing stock transactions, I ran these numbers preliminarily last night. I believe if you were to implement those policies, Stuart, you would see a 30 to 35% crash in the stock market. In other words, stock valuations would fall by 30 to 35%. Now, why isn't that happening now? I think most people, most investors are looking at this and saying, well, that would never happen. But I'm telling you, if it did happen, if she was elected and you had a Democratic Congress and you put those policies in place, you're taxing stocks. It makes them less valuable, 30 to 35% crash in the market if that happens.
Stephen Moore, thanks for being with us. Kevin O'Leary still with me, sitting next to me.